Hey everybody, welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be doing a Swiss steak in the slow cooker or crock pot, whatever you call it. It's not a crock pot, this one is a slow cooker. I usually do this in the Instapot, or I just fry them up on the stove on top. But today I'm going to do them a little bit different in the slow cooker because I'm going to be running some errands. I don't have time to do all that when I get back. So that's what the slow cooker is good for. Put everything in it, set it, come back, dinner's ready. You can either cook this on low or high. I'm going to do this one on high for about 2 to 3 hours. If you were going to do it on low, you get right before you go to work in the morning. Do it for 6 to 8 hours on low and it'll be cooked perfectly. So I'm going to heat up my pan and get some oil. Oil started in there. I've got some flour here. I'm using chopped steak. So I've got some flour already. I'm going to season it with some salt and pepper. You want every layer to have some seasoning on it. So I go through and do not only my flour, but my steaks as well. Okay. Now let's get some tongs. Some small tongs here. Mixed up a little bit. Now, I'm going to saute them off, just get them a little bit browned in here, and then put them in the slow cooker. Most of you are going to say, well, all this flour is just going to cook off into the sauce. It's not going to stick. That's true. But the flour is also going to thicken the sauce, so we have a nice thick sauce when we take it out and eat. So it actually has two different benefits here using the flour. We're just going to saw these off, just get them a little bit brown. On this side. Get it all patted in. These are actually kind of big. I didn't think they were this big. Oops, turned over. Get some salt and pepper on this side. And to this I'm going to use probably, and I'm going to put all the ingredients down below as usual, and they'll also be on my website, but probably about a tablespoon of tomato paste, a teaspoon of oregano, a teaspoon of smoked paprika, a teaspoon of garlic powder, and I've got about 2 teaspoons of crushed garlic here. I'm also going to put in. There we go. Get this out of our way. Made a mess there with my flour. Swiss steak was one of the dishes that my mom made growing up that I just loved. I totally love this dish. Anytime she made it, it was gone instantly. I love this. So I still make it to this day. I really haven't changed it up any. That's the way she made it. Now I'm just using a white onion. You can use a yellow onion, or I'm using a yellow onion. You can use a white onion, sweet, red, whatever you like. These I just have on hand, so that's why I thought I'd use them. There we go, got a little bit of brown there starting on there. Get a little bit of that flour cooked into it. I think we need a little bit more oil. I just use olive oil. I keep a little bit of olive oil in a squeeze bottle, so much easier. Okay, I'm going to cut these up probably about 3/4 wide because they're going to be cooking all day, about 2 to 3 hours, and I don't want them to turn into mush. So I'll put them in and do half moon, quarter moon. This one looks like it's got growth already. First, it's ready. I'm going to go ahead and put in the 1 can of diced tomatoes. That way they're on the bottom, they're going to start holding it up and cooking down. Looks like I can get these out now. There we go. So I'm just going to layer these in the bottom of the slow cooker, right on top of the tomatoes. And yes, I do need oil. That absorbed all my oil there. And I'm just going to soften these a little bit. I don't want to caramelize them. I just want to soften them just a little bit to get them in here. Everything's starting to get really hot. Get them softened a little bit. I'm going to put my seasonings right in with that. I'm going to put the garlic. And about a tablespoon of tomato paste. And I like to cook it down, get some of the tomato out, get it a little bit caramelized. Might put a little bit extra in there because I love the tomato on this. Now the rest of this I'm going to put in a Ziploc bag. I flatten it out, and then I take a spoon or something and make little creases so when and put it in the freezer, that way the next time I want to use it, I can just break off a piece and throw it in there. I don't have to worry about the whole pan being spoiled. So let's get the tomato down in there. And this main reason is just to get that tomato a little bit caramelized, the tomato paste, and get a little bit of tomato out of it. Put a little more salt and pepper on this. Like I need to fill this. There we go. And you can, of course, once it's cooked, you can taste it if you need to add a little more salt and pepper. And then I'm going to put about a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce in there. Get that all mixed up. Turn that off and let it finish cooking. I'll clean up a mess here a little bit. Going to set this up. Like I said, I'm going to do this on high for about 2 to 3 hours. So it is on high. And I'm not going to put any extra fluids in here because there's going to be a lot of liquid coming out of the meat. The tomatoes, canned tomatoes I put in there also has fluid on it. So that's all going to come together. I'm sure you know when you use the slow cooker, a lot more juice comes out of the food than you thought would. So I'm just going to cover this. I got it set. I'm going to go ahead and set the timer for about 2 hours. I'll be home probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours. And we're going to do it on high. I'll let you see what it looks like when we get back. Take care. Hey everybody, it's been about 3-4 hours since we put this in the slow cooker and I had it on high. So let's see what we've got here. Nice tongs. And we're gonna want to get some of that sauce out. So we have our sauce all nice and rich. Okay, let's get some of these out of here. Move that over. These are very tender. They're going to fall apart on you if you're not careful. You want to take them out very gently. This one's coming out in pieces, which is okay. This shows how tender it is. And one last one. It also came out in a couple pieces. Set this over here. And let's get some of the sauce over here. The sauce, as you see, thickened up really well. That's from the gravy, or from the flour that we had on the steaks to begin with when we sauteed them. It helped thicken up the sauce. The sauce is great over mashed potatoes, great over just about anything. So let me put this together, get my dinner started, and I'll see you all soon. Thank you so much for watching my channel, and I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.